what's going on, everybody? This is Preston, aka Mr. Travels, and I got my man Ryan with us today. And today we got a special guest. Got my man Jay from South Carolina. And,
yo.
Yeah, and he's a former basketball player at USC Upstate. He's a top 5 in all-time three-pointers made at USC Upstate, which is pretty impressive. And also, he's an author of a book called Journey to be a Pro, What Happens If You Don't Make It. And currently, he's a basketball skills development coach. So, yeah, that's actually an impressive resume because I know I ain't got none of it.
So, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. But before we get started, like, was there anything that you wanted to introduce yourself as, just in case you forgot something, Jay?
No, man. Preston did a great job. I mean, he basically just said what I am: former collegiate athlete at USC Upstate. I'm now currently a basketball skill development coach. I love working with kids. I also work in the school district now as an ISS teacher. So I mean, that's dope because I love working with kids. It's a perfect fit for me, man. Actually, because it's COVID-19 stuff, I'm actually missing those kids. I mean, I haven't seen them in almost a month and a half now, but really missing them. But man, yeah, I love working with kids, bro. That's what I do. So.
That's good stuff, man. Because when I was in the Army, I was stationed in Germany.
Yeah.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm a 2-time champion coach. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, I do like giving back and coaching kids, and I like to see when kids like get it. Like when you tell them something and they practice or whatever, and they be like, "Oh, that's what the coach was talking about," or because some kids, take it a little bit more serious than others. And I really do like it when kids compete. I just think it just does something to a person's character. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I agree totally.
Whatever, and how they test their mental toughness.
Right.
Because like I said, the 2 years that I coached in Germany, that we only lost one game in both seasons, but that one game was almost the end of the world for them, and I'm like. We're just 4 games in, chill.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, and just see that resilience and bounce back and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, man, I really do appreciate what you do for the community and going and stuff like that. I wish it was closer. You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff that you guys do live.
Oh man, yeah. That would be. Are you in Maryland as well?
I'm in Virginia.
Okay. Y'all right near each other then.
I always want to say it's a better state than South Carolina too. I just want to throw that out there.
Hey, I ain't gonna argue with you, man. It's crazy down here, bro. I ain't gonna argue with you.
No, man, I'm just messing with you, man. I like to get about South Carolina and you know what I'm saying. But yeah, like I said, man. So Ryan was telling me, you know what I'm saying, you was in China.
Yeah.
And I want to say that's a country I do want to visit. So. I'm all ears. I love to hear about China and what type of
experience did you have over there?
Man, I loved it, man. It was 2009, and at that time I was fresh out of college, and I was just looking for different pathways to further my basketball career. So I just got the opportunity to play with this travel team. They were called Athletes in Action. It's basically a Christian-based organization where you travel with the team and go and spread Christianity through the game of basketball. Okay. So we did a camp before we even left for China. This was one of my most incredible experiences, just growing as a young adult. Because at this time I'm 23, 24. So I'm approaching my mid-20s. So that's when you really start growing. So I met with a bunch of different guys that played from various parts of the country. We all met together and just instantly bonded. Had a training camp in Indianapolis for 2 weeks. And then so the journey to China, the thing people don't realize is when you travel to foreign places like that, getting there is just a challenge itself. Yeah. So you're talking about people don't realize that, man. This is it was a 13-hour flight. So we flew from Indianapolis to Detroit. We flew from Detroit to New York City. Flew from New York City all the way to Tokyo.
Okay.
Then flew from Tokyo to finally got to Beijing. But throughout that process, through the grace of God, I don't know what it was, bro. We lucked up and got first class all the way
yeah,
on the way there.
Oh, that's good.
Bro,
Oh, yeah,
so
that was
that was my
good.
first time experiencing first class, bro. We in the recliner seats, just
yeah.
chilling, feet up the whole time. So the flight there was cool, bro. And I'll get to the flight back out the way in a little bit. But so bro, I mean, we get over there, right? And it's like incredible, bro. It's just like when I touched down, even when I touched down in Japan, because my favorite country is Japan. That's a side note, but that's another video.
We'll bring you back for that.
Okay, yeah. So we were in Japan. When we literally stepped down, when you got out, man, it was just like, it was surreal, bro. Because it's like, wow, we're on like the other side of the world. It's like this incredible feeling. You can't really describe it until you actually be there. Just simply stepping down on the soil of a foreign land on the other part of the world is crazy. So that was an experience in itself. So then when we leave from Japan to go to Tokyo, I'm sorry, Japan to go to Beijing, we land, bro, and it's like it really wasn't what I expected. I mean, I was expecting, us to like be at this fancy like hotel or something. And that was not the case. We were basically in the hood. We were in the hood, bro.
In the hood,
He's in the trap. He's in the trap.
Well, he was in the trap, man. We was in the Peking trap, bro.
Man, you run into Gin in the hood, man.
In the who?
Gin.
Nah, I ain't wearing Gin. Nah, I ain't running to Gin. I think Gin might have been. When did he battle Serious Jones and get killed? Was that like this is 2009. That was 2005 or something. I don't know. But then that's the side. I'm Preston. Me and Ryan. I'm definitely a battle rap fan. So we have a lot of My mom is calling me. I'm trying to wait. Can y'all see me, or is it?
No, it just went to this.
Hold on. Let me decline that. No, we're good. She just called in.
Okay.
Can y'all see me now? My
Yeah,
bad.
we got you.
Okay, so basically, that totally broke my train of thought. So we landed.
In the hood.
Yeah, we were in the hood, bro. We get out, and the thing is, like, they're not used to seeing black people. Okay. Now, mind you, it might have changed. Now, this is like 2009, so it's been some years. But they're not used to seeing black people. So you get a bunch of stares everywhere you go. I mean, they're just like, and especially like the kids, like they really stare at us, and then they make fun of us. Like, you know how over here. I mean, I'm gonna keep it PC, but you know how over here, a lot of times as kids, you make fun of just different. You make fun of different.
You're not thinking about it.
You're not thinking about it. So over there, what their thing is, they'll say guala 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 guala. That's them imitating English. That's how they think English. They be coming to it. They be like guala guala. They be making all kind of faces and stuff. But it was cool, man. I'm getting sidetracked. But anyway, back to just we get to the hotel, man, and like I said, everybody's just looking at us. But I mean, it took a little time to really get settled in. But also, I got sick when I first got over there because when you travel to other parts of the country, I don't know, you get travel sickness. So
is that different environment or something?
Yeah. So then after that, man, I can just go so many places with how incredible it was. Even the food, bro. The thing about the food over there is it's not like it is over here. Over here is Americanized, and it's really.
I'm so glad you said that.
It's really the reason why like they don't have like health issues a lot over there as far as like body and stuff because they eat so much better than we do, bro. I mean, and over here when
so many chemicals in our food and
stuff. They add it, they spice it up, man. It's not real Chinese food. So then over there, so I'll explain. So over there, everything it's not a lot of salt in their food and stuff. And the way they eat is like at restaurants, you have to you have to share. So what happened is you order, let's say me, you, and Preston, and Anthony go out and we eat. It's 4 of us, right? We'll order what we order. They put everything on spinning like
a lazy circle.
Yeah. So they'll spin it around. You got to get your portion, but you can't get too much because you got to be respectful of other people. So you get your portion, and that's it. And then once it's over with, bro. I went over there, mind you, I'm skinny now, but I was real skinny then. I was like 155. Okay. Bro, I think I lost like 5 pounds within like 2 or 3 days there. Because eating is different over there, bro. It's like it's just a different experience, man. And that just it just made me realize they're way healthier than Americans because of their eating habits, man.
Yeah,
that's another thing.
Healthier portions over there.
Yeah, man, and it's just like it took me a time to get used to it, and of course, some of my teammates they were still wanting McDonald's and stuff, but they were still hungry after we left the restaurant. I mean, I was cool with it because I've always been fascinated by Asian culture. I just always have, man.
Yeah.
So I know I just totally embraced it, bro. And I'm not even talking about basketball yet. I'm just talking about just the culture, bro. Man, and it's like, and another thing, they're really health conscious, man, is because it's a lot of bikes over there. They ride tons and tons and tons of bikes, bro. It's like bikes everywhere, like literally,
Really?
right? And just imagine like, okay, what's a popular like spot that a lot of people are outside at,
like Central Park in New York.
Yeah, like like Times Square. You say New York. Imagine Times Square and New Year's Eve. The density of the people, the population density, just people. Right. That's a normal day in China. Like every single day is people everywhere, bro. And the traffic is like insane. There are no traffic laws over there, so anything goes. So, bro, we're taking taxi rides and like about to hit people head on, and you had to get used to it, man.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, GTA driver over there.
Yeah, basically, man. And the weather, it was summertime when we went over there, so it was super hot. But man, they do not care about heat, man. Like think about the Asian culture, especially in Beijing. They're workaholics, bro. They work, man. They be hustling their little stuff they sell. They be out on the sidewalks, sitting down, offering, trying to get you to buy stuff. If you don't, they keep it moving. They keep hustling, but at that time it was illegal. So they have a lookout looking for like cops to come. So whenever a cop to come, whenever the cops would come, they would pack up shop real quick and get gone within like 5 or 10 seconds, bro. And they was pros at it too.
Yeah, they got to get out, get low.
Man, they got out of there, bro. It was funny, man.
That's hilarious. What type of food like did you have over there? Like,
bro,
you eat anything crazy?
I think I got pictures of me eating like tentacles, bro. I was eating some kind. I think it might have been octopus tentacles.
Nah, see, that's when you lost me.
Dude, I'm a big time. I could have easily been on that. What's that travel dude that used to try the food all the time? That could have been me, definitely.
Oh, you're talking about Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah. I envy his job, bro. I would have definitely did that easily. But yeah, man, I was trying that. We had duck over there. A lot of kung pao chicken. Like this stuff was like the real. Even the rice, bro. The rice is so different over here and over there. It's like real rice. Over here is like you get like white rice. It's all sticky and clumpy. I ain't really like that over there, from what I remember. I mean,
I just want to jump in for a second.
What's up?
Like, and that's why I was so happy that you said that, because a lot of people. Like I said, I've been to a lot of countries. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole bunch.
Okay.
And I've only been to about 2 different Asian countries. I've been to Korea and Japan. But I try to tell people that it is not the same in America. They be like, oh, I love Japanese food. I love Chinese food. I love Korean. I be like, bro, that is Americanized. No. Everybody there, it's a thing. Bro, I'm trying to tell you.
Man, it's different.
I love Korean food. And when I went to Korea, I'm out here looking for that Americanized menu. My man, not there.
No, man.
I get there, they sit you at a table, like you said, and it's like a table full of people, and like so in Korea, they got like a little hot plate in the middle. And so you got to cook your own food.
Yeah, the hot pot. Yeah,
so they're like, not only you cooking your own food, but the hot plate is only so big, so you got like 10 people, and you can't just be spreading your food all over the joint.
Yeah,
like in your little area, and then. They gave me bulgogi. So you get the little beef bulgogi or whatever you're gonna eat, and then like you looking for some bread or something to slap on that joint. They're like, nah, bro, we got leaves.
They don't eat bread over there. You know what? I didn't see bread a lot over there either, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't see that a lot, bro. You're exactly right.
So we got leaves.
I seen how they make rice and kimchi. And I'm talking about. I seen the old lady just. The worst back of life, and she just hunched over, just putting the getting rice out the ground and the kimchi. Because kimchi ain't nothing but spoiled cabbage.
I didn't know that. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's spoiled cabbage, and they got different different versions of kimchi, whatever. But I can't eat anything that's steak. To me,
you can't eat anything that's what?
If it's steak. So if they have any type of odor. My man, I don't want feet. I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't eat that.
So you don't like chitlins and all that?
Yeah.
No. Heck no. No, man. No, but I'm about to hang up. We talking about chitlins. Zoom over. Zoom over with.
I'm saying, I'm out, man. Thanks for having me, guys.
Obama out.
Obama.
Yeah.
So,
Nah, but yeah.
That's good stuff. Like I said, man, I'm glad you said that. A lot of people don't believe me, and they always think they know.
Man, it's so different.
Japanese food. I know Korean food. I know, whatever. I'm like, no, you really do not, bro.
It's different, man. It's different. And then, like, honestly, when I came back home,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't eat Chinese food for about a year. I don't know. I just didn't because it wasn't the same. And
Yeah,
I don't know.
Probably turns you off from the real
I got
thing.
turned off of it, man, for a minute,
Yeah.
man, for real. I literally didn't eat it for about a year.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Weird.
Did you all do any in between your basketball games or whatnot, did y'all have any time to tour around the city or see some type of attractions or something like that?
Yeah, we went to Great Wall.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Forbidden City,
mm-hmm.
and then we went to Tiananmen Square.
Okay.
I don't know, I don't know if you guys know the history about it, but I mean that's like where I guess some people got killed at or something. Like somebody I think there was somebody standing in front of a tank.
Yeah,
protesting. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
So it was like a big historical spot. And so while we were out and about, they call them what we call over here like flea markets,
mm-hmm.
and like they call them swap meets.
Okay.
I don't know, they might call it swap meets over here too, but basically it's like just people outdoors trying to sell stuff, right?
Right.
So the thing about over there,
mm-hmm.
and like I said, this has been some years ago. The culture might have changed now, but
yeah, I understand.
They see black people tall. They see these black tall basketball players. They assume we're richer than the NBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this lady was selling like scarves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to get one for my mom or something, like a nice scarf or something to bring her back, right?
Yeah.
So I pick it up, and everything over there is dirt cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking at it, and so then it was time for us to get back on the bus because we had been out there for a while. It was time for us to go.
Mm-hmm.
So the lady she was excited because she thought she was about to make a sale, and I would have bought it, but I didn't have time. I had to go. So I put it back, and she's like, no, please buy, please buy. And I was like, I can't, I gotta go. So literally, bro, she grabbed onto me, bro, like onto my shirt, and went and let me go. So I was like, you gotta let me go. I was trying to be nice, and then I was trying to get her off of me without making a scene, and she would not let go. So, bro, I had to drag her like down like 2 flights of steps. We're walking, and I'm like, please let me go. And then at the time, it was getting kind of like serious.
Uncomfortable, yeah.
Like, well, that's bad. Not serious. Uncomfortable. And I was like, man, what's going on? So then, like, she started crying because I wouldn't buy anything, and I was like, dang, I had to go. But she eventually let me go. But then, mind you, it's all kind of Asian people just looking at me, staring, and it was so awkward, bro. It was super awkward, man. And like this. And just over there, it's a communist country, so a few weird things that happened. One time, me and a couple of teammates, we were walking, and we were down. They do a subway system over there too, so we were underground, and it was this couple arguing, right? And so then the guy jerked the girl by the hand, and told her, "Come on," and started yelling at her. Damn. And my 2 teammates was across the street. They said, "Hey man, what you doing?"
Nope.
And I said, "Y'all, what are y'all doing? What are you doing? Like, no." Mind your business, bro. Like that's no. They were really gonna go over there and confront that dude. And man, do you know them others probably got beat down by some cops?
Yeah, I
had to stop them.
Yeah, you don't know how to get down over there, man. You don't know how to get down.
Man, and then you had some of my teammates. They were like more like outgoing than me. Mm-hmm. And the thing about me, man, it seems like wherever I go, people always want me to participate in whatever it is, bro. I can be chilling. Come on, man. Come on, free. Come on, go with us. Long story short, man, they have like different. China's a big country, right? These dudes wanted to take a subway to a completely different area at night just to go out and hang out and walk around.
They want to go to the club or something like that.
I don't know. They want to go to massage parlors, like in a whole different area where we don't know nobody. We don't know the language. Bro, I did not go. And I'm like, I don't even remember if they even went, but I didn't go. But they begged me for about 2 hours. But they were trying to plan it early in the day. Come on, let's go to later tonight. Meanwhile, it's like 15 of us. Why don't you ask the other guys? You want to ask? Y'all want to ask me? I want to go.
I mean, they want to kick it with Jay Free. You know what I'm saying? You're so
we wouldn't be having this interview today if I probably went over there. No telling what would happen to us, man. But I mean, that's just different things that happen, man. I'm just rambling now, but man.
Nah, but like I said,
Other
like,
stuff.
you can't just go anywhere and everywhere in every single country.
Right.
There's some unwritten rules in certain places, certain cities.
Right. You don't know it. You don't know what. I'm just going off what the tour guide tells me to go.
Yeah. Oh, so the tour guide told you like where to go and where not to go?
Well, we had like I guess an American like ambassador type dude that would like he knew the language, and he would just take us certain spots, and he knew where not to take us. I assume we ain't never asked him, but he knew where to take us and where not to take us. Because nothing happened to us. You know what I'm saying? Good, we were just living in the hood. But I had a little grocery store next to it. We go in there, people just be staring at us and making sure we're not stealing and stuff.
Yeah. The petty stuff. Yeah, petty
stuff.
Yeah,
but it was cool, man. It's just the whole experience, bro. I loved it.
How long were you over there?
We went over there. I mean, just I don't know, man. 3 weeks maybe.
3 weeks
over there. Not really that long, but long enough to get kind of get used to how things went. Yeah. Like I said, it took about 3 or 4 days to get used to how it went over there. Okay. And then once you do it, then it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But man, great. What was that?
Would you ever do it again, like as a coach?
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, man. It's so many places I want to go. Like I said, Japan is my favorite culture of all time. I've actually studied Japanese language for a little bit. I mean, I was really heavy into it. I had like a tutor over there online and stuff, but I kind of just slacked off on it. I haven't done it in a while. But speaking of traveling, I want to go back to Japan. Definitely, that's where I want to go. We was only over there for the layover, so I don't really count that.
See, my man. See, when I see real travelers do that, they be like, "I touched the airport." That don't really count as a country. I know balance be like, "Well, I flew in
Chicago.
You leave the airport."
No, man, it don't count.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, man, I definitely, as far as China go, man, like I really want to go because, I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, I can't pronounce all the cities, whatever. But I think it's off the top of my head. It's at least 4 to 5 cities I want to go. I mean, definitely Beijing, definitely Shanghai. I want to go to Hong Kong.
Okay.
But I was told that Hong Kong, you need a separate visa that's separate from mainland, China. Like you need a whole other visa for that.
They beefing, aren't they?
Yeah, they beefing. Right now, I ain't going anywhere, Even if there was no COVID, I'd be like, I'll catch you guys later.
They beefing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the thing about it, man. It's like, when it comes to traveling, literally, certain countries, you got to catch it at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Because countries always going through this turmoil or whatever, and it's like, it's bad time to go.
Right.
So it's like you gotta have that money set to the side just when that good 30-day period of, oh man, they ain't tripping no more. Let me jump on
a flight.
But that's a long flight though. You gotta, mentally, you gotta get ready for that.
Man, what you talking about, bro? And then the flight back, man. So we were like, it was like miserable. That's the most miserable flight I ever had in my life on the way back.
What made it so bad on the way back?
Man, bro, because I might have been in the middle seat. And flying from freaking Beijing back to, I think we might have flew back to New York. Man, that was like the longest flight. It was like 13 hours, bro. And it was just like, man, miserable. You try to go to sleep, you can't go. Sleep only works so far, man.
Yeah.
And so
Ryan don't understand that. Like them long 15 hours, 17, bro, it changed your life.
What's one of the that reminds me of that song that I finally understand that song by Drake that like a light. Like I understand what he's saying now. That makes perfect sense, bro. I see. Cause man, if you up, man, that's miserable, man. Flying that long, bro.
I'm telling you, bro, anytime you're on a flight where you get on, you go to sleep, you wake up, it's breakfast. Go back to sleep, it's lunch.
Yeah.
Go back to sleep, it's dinner. You like,
what the hell's going on?
Bro, it's crazy.
And then you look out the window, man. It's like it's so bright outside because you can't see. It's like it blinds you to look out the window, so you can't even look at that. You can't do nothing but sit there in the dark, bro. Just listen to kids crying and man.
So I'm telling you, man. Like the longest flight I ever took was to go to Korea.
Yeah.
And that was the longest straight through flight. So like I flew from Atlanta straight to Seoul, Korea. It was like 17 hours.
Woo!
Yeah.
Better than me.
Scared to put me in the middle seat. Now I wasn't as big as I was then, but I don't care.
Man.
I don't go in the middle for nobody. I'm in the
Are you
middle.
serious?
Bro, all I smell was kimchi. This is my first time going to Korea, and I didn't have my family, so I've got 2 eyeball people sitting next to me. I'm looking at him like, I'm looking at these people like, I'm about to catch one of y'all shoulders.
Could they speak English?
Like, don't even worry about that. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna lean on somebody's shoulders?
Could they speak English?
Nah, they supposed to.
Oh,
like, I'm the biggest dude on the plane. Who gonna fade? Who gonna see me? You know what I'm saying?
My man would have been there. My man would have been in handcuffs for you.
Oh, I just been handcuffed. Like an emergency landing because passenger.
Disorderly conduct out here.
Yeah, like I said, man. Like I said, when we landed in Seoul, you know what I'm saying? We get off the plane. I'm sitting there like I could barely walk. Like,
yeah.
Hurt, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So to feel that long plane ride, man, it's something else, bro.
And it's just a neat time to adjust when you get off the plane. That's why I got sick. Because, I mean, we got off and started immediately doing stuff. It's like, come on, bro. Gotta rest.
Yeah. Like, man, China, man. Oh, man, you're so blessed to be in China, man, because, like I said, I don't know a lot of people personally that have been to China. Like, I might know 2 people, like you and somebody else.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, even when I was stationed in Korea, I didn't travel as much as I wanted to. But yeah, man, that's such a blessing because, man, I'm telling you, I look at China all the time because that's definitely one of the places that I really want to go.
Right.
It's never a good time, or I don't feel like dealing with that long flight. Like my wife and I, we went to Egypt 2 years ago. That reminded me, like, oh, I don't like long flights.
Right.
You know, the flight thing, that's what gets me.
You better learn how to teleport then.
I mean, I'm trying. I'm working on that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, so Jay, like, I know we're talking about travel and all that stuff, but I got a message, man. Did anybody give you straight up buckets over there?
Oh man, they nice over there, bro. Man, it was one dude.
Yes.
One dude was like 6 foot. He was like 6'7", bro, and he was nice. Like I couldn't stick that dude. They had to put me off of him. He was just bigger than me. He'd blow by me and I'd foul him. Switch off
calling you,
man. I'm like 6'1", bro. I'm not 6'7". I'm not gonna go out nobody 6'7". But we still smash that team. Though. We smashed every team over there by like 20 and 30. We smashing everybody, bro. Everybody.
Nothing less.
Yeah, that's what
I'll be like, you guys are trash.
Yeah. I mean, but
they like the '92 Dream Team.
I mean, they had some squads though, but we was smashing everybody.
So I got a question. So what's the difference between, you know, a foreign team and an American team? Why do American teams, like why are we expected to just be so much more better or dominant than say a foreign team or, you know, for example, China, like a Chinese team? Like, is it like development or?
Well, I mean, if you've been watching that Last Dance documentary, they actually talked about how like the Dream Team, when they put that team together, that's what really created the whole stigma worldwide. That's when basketball really started becoming worldwide. Yeah, it's because of that Dream Team, and like they see us, and then it's just the athleticism and stuff. They just know what we bring to the table, and so. But it's crazy because nowadays, man, I think the line is getting blurred now. They're getting really, really good in all parts of the world. The only thing that still separates like Americans is the athleticism still, in my opinion. I don't think any country has that over us yet, but I think even that's coming. But I mean, as far as just talent-wise, man, like it's growing, man. Like I could see it then. I mean, they could play over. Them boys can hoop over there, man. Like even now, they can hoop. I mean, but as far as just I'm getting a little bit off topic, but as far as just like what Jordan and them established back then is what kind of, in my opinion, I think that's what kind of set the precedent of what we were expected as Americans to bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? Just their athleticism, their talent, you know, the moves. All that stuff is from us, man. That's where it comes from. I mean, it's emulated, man.
Yeah, you're right. So, I remember when Team USA, they got like the silver or the bronze medal one year, and like we was like
that was a failure.
Yeah, we was like, what?
Talking about with AI and right, and
Bro
was mad because they wasn't Larry Brown coaching.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, crazy, man.
You out here tarnishing records. I mean, I just look at it like, say, when it comes to certain things, like I said, I've been in a couple of different countries.
Mm-hmm.
I just expect Americans to win at basketball and football. Like when I was in Germany, they're trying to develop their football, like the actual American football culture, and it ain't it. Like
I mean, it's gonna take time, man.
It does take time, and like I said, they even be like on the like at least on the football team, on the American football team type style, they only allow 2 Americans on the field at a time.
What, they that scared of us?
Yeah, like they're like, yo, you want a quarterback or receiver? You want to run it back or the line?
For real, I didn't even know that.
Like you can. I mean, I might be exaggerating as far as just 2, but it's literally no more than 4. I know that.
It's like a limit, though. Is your point?
It's a limit. Yeah.
It's a limit of how many you can have on your team.
That's crazy. I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, like
I didn't know that.
They got 2 tiers of teams over there. Like they got like what they would consider like NFL type level, and then they got one that's like underneath that, which would be like your D League or whatever. But I mean, them boys just not football players. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this now you talk about soccer. Oh yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah. I'm saying.
I expect any country to beat America. At least men's, not women, but
right. I mean, it's just the culture. I mean, soccer. That's their thing over there. We're not beating them in soccer. I mean, maybe one day, but not consistently, bro. That's what they do.
Not consistently.
You know what I'm saying?
Threats.
No,
right.
No threats with that. But so, like I said, one of the reasons why we brought you on as well, because I just feel like I've known you for years. Since ever since I know you and just growing. Like you said, you came up with you're an author, and I don't care if you only do one book in your whole life. To me, Jay is also an author, so you're always doing so you always do something else that I find dope. And one thing I definitely find really dope is, you're like a development coach, with would you consider like a basketball camp necessarily? Just speak about, just in general information about how you got started with just this development of like the youth when it comes to basketball.
Oh yeah, good question, bro. So like when I graduated college in 2007, so after graduation, I was still trying to pursue, playing pro, going overseas and all that good stuff. Well, throughout the process, man, it's crazy. I just came across my mom. My mom worked with a guy whose son needed training, and so she got me in contact with the dad, and I started training this one kid. That's the first client. No, people don't really know this. That's the first client I've ever had was back in like 2008, bro. Okay. And that was my first time getting my feet wet. But at that time, I only had one client. I wasn't thinking about building a business, and I was still kind of young. I was still wanting to, play basketball. So I trained. It was cool. Honestly, looking back, I wish I would have kept going that early. I would have started earlier. But I mean, hindsight's 20/20. So I did that in 2007. Or 2008 or whatever. So then time moved forward. I'm playing at a bunch of program leagues, camps, travel teams, that type of stuff, trying to get my career off the ground. So long story short, fast forward, it wound up not really happening until 2014. And in 2014, I met a guy who ran he ran this program called Night Flight. So what Night Flight is, it's an organization that gets a bunch of inner city kids together on Friday nights and just get them together and teach them about life. And then after the life lesson, they play basketball and we coach them from about 9 to about midnight. So just to keep them out of trouble. And it was it's an absolutely great outlet. And it still goes on to this day, the organization. So I think that was just like maybe just a blessing from God, because it's like that was really training me how to work with kids, like to on another level. So I didn't realize that the whole time I was really getting groomed, because what we were doing, I would go there every Friday night, sacrifice my Friday night, every Friday night. Now, mind you, I worked in Greenville, which is about 30 minutes, Preston, from Spartanburg, where I'm from. So I worked there. I would go all the way to Greenville, get off Friday evening at 5, and just sit in Greenville and maybe go get something to eat, and then kill time till about 8 o'clock, then go to that gym and be with them kids on Friday nights. I did that for like a year, about a year straight. And so I was working with those guys for about 2 years. So then, I don't know, man, something just hit me. And then after that, this was around 2014, After that, I started training maybe about two more people. And that was just because they were reaching out to me. Just look, I wasn't even really advertising myself like that. So, bro, it's crazy because I'm a big time believer, like in Jesus and Christ and God.
Yeah, likewise.
And so I think one night, it's crazy, man. I never forget. I was asleep, bro, and I just woke up. And side story about me, Preston, Ryan knows this. I'm really big into video games. I love Street Fighter. That's like a fighting game. My favorite character is named Ryu, and he wears a Japanese headband like what I have on now. So a vision just came to me. He said, and it said, what if you combined your love for basketball with video games and Street Fighter, and you created your brand? And I was like, you know what? That's a dope idea. So the night flight camp, the guy that was running it, he's a talented graphic design artist. He also did the cover for my book.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's go.
He designed my logo, and what he did, if you can see it here, it's just a basketball with a headband on top of it. If you notice it.
Oh yeah, and, red. Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Right. And so the headband represents the three core principles that I teach all my students. That's perseverance, effort, and courage. See, the Japanese culture, they wear the headbands to represent those three principles. And so I take those three principles. Perseverance, meaning I'll teach my kids, to persevere, not give up on a drill. Don't stop. Effort, you need to give me 110% effort every time you with me, and just courage. And that's the fear. Just not to have the fear of failing. Just keep going no matter what. Don't be scared of failing. So those three core principles I established in my brand, which is J Free Journey. So in 2015, that's when I got everything together, bro. I got my logo, I got that design. And what I did is I had to really go and establish an LLC. And that's just business. It's just if anybody, it doesn't even have to be basketball. If you just want to pursue anything, man, you have to take yourself serious and take that big step. So, I go and I purchase the LLC, and then boom, I got my brand. Then my next step is I got my website, www.jfreejourney.com. So when you establish the website, that, in my opinion, that makes people take you serious. Like, if you're like kind of half stepping and you're doing it, but you're not doing it, which was what I was doing prior to, my opinion, you're not going to grow until you really go in deep into your craft head first, which is what I did. So then I got my website established, got me some business cards, printed them out, started handing them out. And then I started spreading it through Facebook, all that stuff. Initially, see, this is what people mess up at. Initially, in my opinion, it doesn't work at first because nobody knows you. You have to go and build up. You have to build up from the ground up.
Get your name up first, yeah.
Your name up first. So I just took, this is 2015, I took each client and I put my heart and soul into developing them. They might not have been the best talent, but you guys were speaking about something earlier and I wanted to chime in. As far as like working with kids, bro, my favorite thing about working with these kids, as far as basketball, I don't even care, bro, if they're not successful on the court. What I'm really doing, bro, is just teaching them self-confidence, especially our young black boys. Right. Self-confidence and believing in themselves and having them feel great. Because if you can establish confidence in a kid, man, you have no idea what kind of impact you're doing with that. So I could care less if the kid gets cut 25 million times. As long as his attitude is better and his effort is better and he feels good about himself, and he's confident in himself, I feel like I won, bro. I don't the success on the court is just a byproduct. That's like icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? But my goal is to develop them off the court, make sure they have the confidence and stuff, because that's very important, man. I mean, so that's what I believe in. So I think that really resonates. And parents always tell me they just see it. One parent just said, I just have an aura, not to toot my own horn, man, but I just have a way of just keeping kids engaged. Because if you can gain their trust, like a kid's trust, and they'll follow you, they'll listen to you. And then so when I give these guys instructions for drills, the parents always say, gosh, they don't never listen to me, but as soon as you say they do it. And it's just because, man, you have to like relate to them. Like you have to just talk to them on their level. And once they do that, man, they're gonna be like, they're gonna just follow you. And I take that seriously, and that's a great responsibility. So I always make sure that I'm always on point with what I do, what I post on social media, how I carry myself, you know, what I do and what I say when the cameras are on, because it's very, very important to make sure that you're on point, because you never know who's watching, man. And so taking all those principles and those strategies, what I've just said over the past 5 minutes, that's allowed me to continue to grow. And, you know, that's allowed me to not panic during COVID-19 because I have a secondary income that I can, you know,
right.
And that's that's a blessing. And this stuff would have never happened if had I not had that vision, and then had I not put my all into every single client I work with. And I really do, bro. I really, sometimes a lot of people do it just for the money, but I really care about helping these kids out. I truly do. I call and check on them all the time. I got one having a birthday coming up. He wants me to do a video for him, man. These kids, like, so a lot of them, man, they really look up to me, man. I work with Miles Tate. I don't know if you got to know that guy. That's the guy he got 4 state titles at Dorman.
Oh yeah, I was about to bring that up, man. Like, just to big you up with the camp. Like, if I'm not mistaken, like I remember he went to your camp, and he's if I'm not mistaken, he got accepted to play ball at Butler, right?
Yeah, he's at Butler. He's gonna be great there, man. And yeah, I've done camps, man. You mentioned camps. I did my first camp last year. Last year spring break. I was going to do my second one this year, but COVID-19 messed it all up. But I had a bunch of stuff lined up, and then I had stuff lined up at my school where I teach at. I was going to do some camps there. It was about to be on and popping, but I mean, it's on hold, but it's still going, man. But that's just a little bit about how my background and how I got started, and just how I just grew as a person, and just how you get better and better and better through trials and tribulations. And it's been trial and error. I've made a lot of mistakes.
I mean, that's a growing pain. You're supposed to learn, but not to you know, not like I'm trying to gas you up or nothing like that. But ever since I know you, man, like every time me and my brother come to Spartanburg to visit, it's like Jay always just to show how good of a character he is. Jay always has his door open for me or just anybody that he's just cool with, or he has that personality with like, oh, okay. Preston's cool with Ryan, so therefore Preston's cool in my book. You know what I'm saying?
Like, Preston family now, bro.
That's it. You family. No, I'm telling you, ever come up here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got a place. I'm working on the house right now.
Yeah. So to my point, Jay's always been there. I never heard anybody say anything foul about Jay. Ever since I've known Jay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, I'm not. I haven't. Grew up in South Carolina for some years. I've been in Maryland since I was in middle school. But I don't care who it is. Like if anyone's associated with Jay, I've never heard anybody say anything foul about Jay. So I could definitely understand how a kid could see Jay and want to look up to Jay or really take his word to heart. You know what I'm saying? So,
right, man. That's very important, man. I just think like as long as you're genuine, whatever you're doing, man, things will take care of themselves, man.
Yep.
Like, and when you just genuine, you do people right, you don't do people the wrong way, man. Things take care of themselves. They do. Sure. I'm truly a believer in that, man.
Yeah, for sure. So, I think you covered it all real thorough, man. Like, so hopefully, like you said, when if the COVID settles down or anything like that, do you have any, plans like to, any immediate plans to get back into action once COVID seems to be safe, or?
Yeah, well, the crazy thing is like since COVID's happened, I'm getting more people wanting to, because school is out, so now more and more people are wanting to train. But what I'm doing is I'm spacing them out, just to kind of, I don't do group sessions anymore. I do just all individual and keep them spaced out just to be on the air on that side of caution. Just depending on if this thing gets lifted, I do have a camp lined up for, I want to say I had the tentative dates in June, but I don't think that's going to happen now, to be honest with you. But if it does clear, I'll have something lined up. I'm just in a good situation to be able to just keep it going and keep prospering, keep it growing and keep the momentum going forward. I'm in an excellent position. Took a lot of time and trial and error to get there, bro. Like I said, man, to anybody that's listening, like, just if you want to do something, as cliche as it sounds, man, you gotta really go after it. I know that's so cliche. You hear it all the time, man, but people don't take that serious. People hear that it goes in one ear and out the other, and then they try something and it doesn't work after a month, and then they're just like, whatever. Can't do that, man. You gotta just you gotta buckle down, man, and just keep trying, bro. There's so many people that don't, people get that messed up. They don't understand it. That's it. You get over that step, then you're good. Then you'll find success. You know.
Right. I believe in that. Like if you don't believe in what you're building, how you expect other people to believe in what you're trying to do.
And I think people do really believe in it. They just don't give it time, bro. I mean, it takes time. It's not like a movie. Like, you know, you watch a movie, you see a dude where they do a montage, a dude working out.
All of a sudden?
And all of a sudden he big, but in movie time, it passed over. It's been a year. On screen time, it's been 45 seconds.
Exactly. Right, exactly, though, man. That's good stuff, man. Hey, so I remember, you know, because we friends on Instagram and social media and all that. I remember coming across a page, and I thought, you know, for me, like to your point, like you gotta just whatever you believe, you gotta put time in it. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
And yes, it's kind of a running joke now, but I did make a basketball team, but I didn't put any time. You know.
What team did you make?
I made my high school team. I made my high school basketball team.
Yo, you never told me that, bro.
Yeah, I never. I'm gonna text you the picture. Yeah, I'm gonna text you the picture after this call.
Oh,
make sure you do.
Bro.
Yeah.
Jay,
what's
up? You seen Sunset Park, right?
Yeah.
And you know who Busy Bee is, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what he looked like. With
the goggles. With the goggles.
You know,
What time is it?
Sunset Park, what time is it? I'm saying.
Yeah. But to your point, like I just made the team just like I said, I was glad to make the team. I ain't putting like any work after I made the team. But you know, and to your point, one thing I was really impressed with you was like you had a video on Instagram the other day, and you was like encouraging all your students, like, hey, I know it's COVID going on right now, but you still owe me. I'm paraphrasing, but you like you still owe me 500 shots a day. I don't care. I don't care if you're doing it, you know, just doing the motions or you find a court. You still gotta give me 500 shots a day. So I just find that to be dope. To your point, like if you really gotta put that time in if you want to get better at whatever you're doing.
And it's funny, some of them get mad at it, man. Like I had one yesterday. I was working, dude. I'm hard on these kids. I mean, I love them, but I'm hard on them. Like I had one kid yesterday. Kid was he's a rising junior, and so he works out with his little brother. His brother's like he's a rising sixth grader. So there's an age gap. So they had a shooting competition, right? So it was the first one to make 10 threes is the winner. He shoot one, the other one shoot one. He shoot one, the other one shoot one. The other one beat him. The smaller one, the young one, beat the dude. But the thing is, on a couple of them, he traveled on his catch and shoot. You know, you do the gather step. He might have walked on like 2 of them, but I still counted it because he made it. Yeah. Man, the dude won. That mother stormed out the gym and not talk to me the rest of the workout, man. He was that mad. But I'm like, bro, I'm trying to help you out. Like, what? You mad about a trivial game? You need to be worried about making your shots. Yeah. And then, you know what I'm saying? This is like, he was really mad, had his mouth stuck out. I'm like, bro. But that's what's funny. I care so much about them kids. I know where he works. So he works at Ingles at a grocery store. So to make sure he knew that I really cared about him, man, I actually showed up. He showed up to a job and dapped him up and said, "You good?" Checking on me, he started laughing. He was good, man.
That's good stuff, man. Like I said, man, I like to hear stories like that, especially in our community. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's not getting any easier for us.
Right.
You know, we definitely need, you know, more positive, you know, people, role models, whatever. I don't have to say role models, but just more positive figures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, period.
Something that you can emulate and say, oh, well, you know, because like I said, nobody's perfect. So I don't want to say be a role model because you're not perfect. You know, you're gonna
right. Okay, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do something that goes left, and might not be your fault, or whatever.
Right.
But at the same time, you know, I think the overall picture of things is to give your best foot forward, to give a positive image, to say, hey, I'm not perfect. Just like you said. You know, the little brother beat the big brother. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, it's going to happen. You're going to take an L.
You're going to take an L, bro.
You're going to take an L. Just some nights, you know, you might be on, somebody's going to be off. So that's the same thing in life. Sometimes you're going to be good. And then next thing you know, that old roadblock gonna be like, I need you to stop right here for 5 minutes.
Man.
Yeah.
So
So sometimes Jay take that loss in Tekken, you know what I'm saying, from your boy.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
You said Tekken. I need y'all help, man.
What's up?
Okay, in Street Fighter, right? Side note, dude, I'm trying to rank up and I'm stuck to the point where I want to just quit.
Uh-huh.
What do I do, man?
What do you do? Hey.
Do I take a break?
Yeah, take a break.
Take a break.
Yeah, take a breather.
You play on what? Xbox, PlayStation, what?
I play PS4.
Mm-hmm.
I play the world's dumbest game called Street Fighter V. The worst fighting game on the planet. I play the worst fighting game ever. No, the worst video game ever. That's what I play.
Woo, man. I had my son and my daughter playing Street Fighter, but I had them playing Street Fighter 2 on Super Nintendo.
That's better. That's way better.
Yeah, I'm trying to start them off early.
Yeah.
Ryan the one taught me how to play Street Fighter. You didn't know that. Ryan taught me.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Ryan ain't tried. Ryan taught me how to throw fireballs.
It's on a slant. It's on a, you know.
I'm gonna talk to some air.
Only thing I give Ryan credit for is Madden. Madden, he dusted me off of Madden. Oh,
I can't play sports games.
I ain't gonna say you better than me. You better than me for that 1 year, that one play.
But you ain't gonna play me ever again after that though.
What version? What year was y'all playing with Madden? What?
That's like
02.
Madden 02.
02. I mean, yeah, we played 02.
02, yeah, 02. Yeah,
back
they had one trash play from Green Bay that
stop it.
But you know what though?
What's up?
I brought my homeboy Earl, and he went up there and dusted off Earl Ryan.
Oh, but get this, Jay. Let's fast forward to 2020. What happened?
Oh, bro, you're doing too much. Don't be fast forward.
What happened, Preston?
Don't just fast forward.
What happened in 2020?
I mean, you dusted them off.
Twice.
Smoked them.
That's 2 out of 3. That's 2 out of 3.
Now, granted, that's a different game now. 02
it
is. 20.
You know what I'm saying? When they counted, the lights got a little too bright for Ryan, and he ended up trying to game on the line.
So he was sweating.
But yeah, man, I'm glad. Like I said, man, I'm glad you came on and gave us a little tip into your life, man. That's real. Like I said, I never met you in person, but I'm sure whenever this stuff goes away, we'll have to come just come up here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you come up here or we come down there and hey, we gotta hang.
Oh, I'm always down for a road trip. Like I said, I'm a big traveler and like you said, man, I don't go too far into it, but like Ryan knows this. Like I just started my own travel blog company, and it's like you just gotta do it, and it is like painstakingly like slow because nobody knows you. Nobody give a damn about me. So it's like I have to make you want to like get to know me, make you want to read what I'm writing and posting and
why should I care?
Exactly, man. Now you got to just get out there and grind, man. Just keep your head down and grind.
Yeah.
So I know we coming towards the end. Was there anything that we forgot to ask that you may want to mention before we wrap up, Jay?
Nah, man, it's been absolutely fantastic, man. I really appreciate it. Man, just you guys hit everything. Talked about some great topics. No, I think I'm good, bro.
Hey, we appreciate you coming on the show too, man.
How do I help promote you guys? Like, can I share this? Can I share maybe a portion of this on my Instagram, like me getting in view? How do I do that?
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So when we're ready to drop this episode, we definitely going to let you know that this episode's coming out so that you can really, catch up with it and help us out. And then, like I said, but right now we're working on some things as far as like maybe coming up with an Instagram page, particular format. Because like I said, right now it's based off upon like I have my own website for my own travel blog, and I have my own YouTube channel. So like I said, this this podcast will go on that platform. And I'm just using my own brand, and come with this brand and just put it all together. And then like I said, Ryan has his thing going on. And like I said, we're on Spotify and iTunes, Play and all that stuff. So, as we progress, whatever, like we definitely want to, anybody that comes on the show and we do these spotlight features, we want you to have all the shine. And there ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? You know, you take all the shine and we want to big you up and big up, you know, whatever you have going on in your life. And then that way, you know, you be more inclined to like tell other people about it. And because we want you to grow too, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just a take relationship, you know, it's a symbiotic relationship where
Right.
I really want to, you know, grow.
I'm all about reciprocity, man. I definitely want to return the favor to you guys. I appreciate you guys bringing me on your platform, man. It's super dope. This is the first interview I've done like this, so this is super dope, man. I'm for real, man. I'm honored. I feel like honored.
Hey, that's what I was telling. Like I said, I was telling Ryan, man. I was like, you know, because he told me about you about a couple weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, let's get him on the show. Because I mean, you're doing something positive. You know, I seen your bio. I was like, oh yeah, we definitely got to get him on the show. You know what I'm saying? Because it's nothing but positivity. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, man. Thank you guys so much, man. For real, that's serious.
Oh yeah, no problem.
So what episode is this? Well, this is
episode 9. This is the 9th episode.
9th episode.
I hear you guys. 9, all right.
Yeah,
cooking
we
up.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, since you're such a big traveler, like I said, man, you're welcome. I don't want to steal from my man, you know, Sway, but you know, you're a citizen.
All right.
Shout out to my man Sway, but
certified.
You're definitely a citizen. And like I said, anytime you need a platform to speak on, you know,
if you want to promote something, let us know.
Promote it. You want to talk about traveling, whatever the case may be, you just let us know, and we definitely gonna have you on the show. And you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be good times.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. You said you have a YouTube channel. I have one too. On there, I'm
definitely gonna get. I'm gonna follow you on Instagram. I'm about to follow you. Anything that you have, let me know. So that way I can follow you. And like I said, you know what I'm saying, that's how we grow. It's just, you know, it's how we grow.
Yeah, that's how we get it. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go ahead and give P like all your Instagram stuff, so he can go ahead and follow you up, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely follow you and all that stuff like that, because I definitely want to see what you do. Because like I said, I have a son, my only son. So, and he's 5, and I'm trying to.
Okay.
He's supposed to start sports this year, but you know, but yeah, definitely. I mean, shit, I don't know, because I guess I don't know, man. I'm a good coach, but my patience is thin. That's the only thing I'm lacking. Patience. If you didn't run that route right, if you don't do this, whatever.
Oh, you the rah-rah type.
Yeah, get off my field. Or, get off my field? Yeah, I know what. Yeah, I'm like Coach Boone. I'm like, hey, why'd you fumble? Or my line wasn't blocking. Your line, hey, you gonna run a mile.
You talking about that's Denzel, like
yeah.
That's it.
Remember the title.
That was his name.
It's like, Coach, we thirsty. Thirsty. You know what I'm saying?
Water's for the weak.
Water's for the weak. Water's for getting blood off their uniform. You don't get no blood on my uniform.
Getting them players killed, man.
But yeah, like I said, man, like it's good stuff. Oh, I got one question before we get off. What age groups do you do for basketball?
5 and up.
5 and up. Okay. And you teach men and women, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. And like I said, man, we're gonna get your contact information. I'm sure Ron already has it, but we're gonna make sure we put it on this actual show, so that way people can reach out to you. And you only service the Spartanburg area, or
primarily that's my client base is. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but I mean, I have a couple people that travel out of Malden to come see me too. So.
Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure like we get much attention towards you, and you know.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, bro.
So sure. Hey, I appreciate you being on the show, bro.
No doubt, man. Hey, I feel honored, man. Thank you guys a lot, man, for the opportunity, man. For real.
All right, appreciate it.
All right. Get up with you, Jeff.
All right, y'all be blessed, man.
All right, peace.